Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright, so I'm winding down for the night, but it's too early to sleep. That would normally not be an issue. I just wake up at 4 in the morning and be up from there. Problem is, tomorrow I got a lot going on. It's outside of my control, which requires me to get adequate rest tonight. For one, they informed us here at the hotel that they're going to be having inspectors, they don't call it inspectors. It's pest killers. What do we call it? I can't think of the word, but they're bringing in the pest killers tomorrow between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. since they got so many rooms to spray down. You don't quite know which is which, and I don't know where they're starting. So what they want us to do is make sure that all of the furniture is 6 inches away from the wall, and also all the fans are off. And they want us gone an hour past the time they spray. So that's the thing. They said they're gonna have somebody stand outside the door to make sure the pest inspector doesn't touch any of our things, that kind of thing. So that will be something I have to do. Also, of course, trying to get my phone, still trying to get away from T-Mobile. There's always a snag in the process. Check out the new one. So I guess I think I told y'all they sent my phone to the old address, even though I had all of my stuff forwarded to T's house for some reason. I guess that didn't count with USPS. So they ended up sending that package to the old place, put it in the mailbox according to what it is they said. Of course, I don't have the mailbox key. I don't have the access to that front door. So if I just go over there winging it, there's a good chance I won't be able to get it anyway. So I called the folks over at Babcock and Associates yesterday, sent them an email, and I called them again today, and they called me back, told me that they would talk to me if the manager tells them that there has been a package sent there. Problem is, this is time sensitive because the bill for T-Mobile is due on the 30th. Today is the 27th, so I'm trying to get my phone, have everything transferred over for that reason alone, so I don't have to fork over that bill to keep from getting cut off. So Babcock and Associates, I'm trying to get that done. I wanted to get it done today, but they didn't get back to me till like 3 in the afternoon. And so, I'm just kind of irritated with them because of the nature of the situation. I told them time is of the essence, but they don't respect that, apparently. So I ain't heard from this manager, I ain't heard from nobody. And that is just what the situation is. Tomorrow I also got therapy session with the therapist. I thought it was today. I had the days mixed up though. And so that'll be tomorrow, I think at like 1 o'clock. So phone conversation, probably the same time that the inspectors are coming in. So it's that, hopefully that doesn't overlap. And so yeah, I think that's it. Anything else? Obviously, I'm still waiting on the GR and all that stuff to come in. Ain't heard nothing from them. So it's a lot of little stuff that's irritating as usual. It's always something. But for whatever reason, I just cannot seem to get away from T-Mobile. Even when everything's confirmed, even when they sending me the new phone, it's still that one last little demonic situation keeping me from actually moving on from these people. Oh, and that wasn't the only thing. The ACP program got the wrong phone carrier attached to it. They're telling me that I'm connected to some other Air phone wireless as opposed to Air Talk wireless, and they're telling me they want me to contact Air phone wireless and have my information transferred over to Air Talk wireless, or contact Air Talk wireless and tell them that I want to be with Air Talk wireless since I'm with someone else. And I'm like, listen, that's not. I've already went and told them more or less that y'all information is wrong. Air Talk Wireless is who I'm connected to. They've confirmed they're sending me a phone, and that phone should already be here apparently. So when I told ACP that via email, they sent me back an automated message that was a duplicated message of the initial message, which told me that I was connected to somebody. So I'm just like, yo, this is just more of the same. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong when it's time for me to switch over from T-Mobile. Anything. No, you seeing it. It's all documented. This is just more snags. So, You know, I don't know what I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think of it other than the fact that it almost feels like something is trying to keep me with T-Mobile no matter what. Something is trying to hold my spirit to this company, and everything I try to do to get away from them just never quite works out. It's the weirdest thing in the world, and it doesn't feel like a coincidence at all. But you know, we fight these battles. So that's what's on my head, man. It's just a lot of stuff. I was telling my friend Kay, I just want to hit fast forward on tomorrow. Honestly, all of the stuff that has to be done tomorrow, all the stuff that I'm waiting on, kind of just want to hit a fast forward button and just get to where all of that is over with. So yeah, that's really what that is. Kind of got a little bit of a headache. I think that milk food stuff that I was telling you about, having the milk issues, being that I'm lactose intolerant, yeah, trying to eat the rest of that. I don't know if it's mind, if it's my mind telling me it's a little worse, but I had some real issues with that today as well. But you know, I'm just through. I just want things to work out with this phone, particularly. Everything else is manageable, but the fact that I'm still connected to T-Mobile and we're getting closer to them wanting money from me on the 30th that I do not want to pay them, even though I have it now, my family gave it to me. I'm trying to look forward and project forward, and I still should not be spending a damn dime with what I have down the pipeline, especially without knowing what GR is doing. So I certainly don't want to fork over no $100 to T-Mobile and then another $100 several days after that to keep the phone on. It's just not a good decision, and it's one that is preventable because my phone is technically supposed to be in my possession, but it wasn't sent to where it was supposed to be sent, and I don't know if it's going to be there when I don't know if it's there, because that's the nature of what Babcock is up to. They're not telling me nothing. And so it would have been great if she would have gave me the manager's number, but I guess that was not something that she was willing to do, and I wasn't thinking to ask for it, so that's on me. But yeah, I need to connect directly to that manager. I don't need no third party telling me nothing. It's like, yo, is it in the box, bro? All right, I'm coming to get it. That's really what I need. But yeah, that's basically the situation there. I gotta find that manager's number. I don't know if it's listed. If I were to look up the property, they would send me to the office. They wouldn't necessarily give me a manager on property's number. That's kind of how that works. So still gotta go through them. And so that is the situation, man. It's a bit of a headache trying to consider all of this. Honestly, it shouldn't be that stressful, but when you consider how long I've been trying to get my phone straightened out, consider what I'm budgeting and how much it's going to cost to keep this phone on, and the fact that I don't even want to deal with this anymore, the fact that I've been trying to get away with them, great for them, not only because I'm sick of their nonsense, but because I literally can't afford this. And it's just yet another snag in the way. And this is like snag number 768 as it pertains to parting ways with T-Mobile. So yeah, man, I'm tired. I'm tired of them. I'm really tired of T-Mobile. But nevertheless, it is what it is. I had a good day on this channel. Of course, because of the Dame Lillard trade, I encourage everybody to go check out my basketball content. It was one of the best basketball days I've had all summer long, really, just because of that trade and how much it gave us. And of course, the Lakers start their summer league next Saturday, I believe it is. So I'm looking forward to just getting back into the swing of things about what this channel is also about. Not only my therapy sessions and my issues, but also my NBA passion and everything that we talk about in regards to the Lakers. So this was a really good day for that, for sure, no doubt about it. And yeah, I woke up this morning, I was gonna make a therapy session about this, but I just never got around to it. I think it was one of those situations where I just got my day started, and next thing you know, Dame was traded. But I want to get better at not speaking on everybody's business. And I've talked about this a million times. I don't think social media is meant for talking about others. If you want to get on here, yap about yourself and your experiences, that's cool. But once you start painting pictures of other people, you put them in positions to where they have to answer questions depending on how much big your following is. People in their lives look at them a certain way based on what it is you've said, that kind of thing. And I just don't want to go down that path. I was listening to Joe Budden talk about Tasha K. Obviously, if you follow me, both of them on the prayer list, that goes without saying. And he was essentially saying that, people got to find another way to vent other than going on social media and letting it happen. Same thing that Scrappy was saying We talked about that a couple weeks ago, a little scrappy. He was saying, men shouldn't get on here and vent to the internet. They should find a therapist. I think I found a way to enjoy my process, walk that thin line of telling y'all everything I got going on and not really tell everybody else's business. But as of late, I don't know if I've done the greatest job of that. And I talked to Kay about it. She gave me her full support. She said she loves hearing about my experiences. She don't care nothing about that. Keep talking. So I felt really good that she was comfortable with what she heard, because I let her hear one of my videos. I sent her one of my videos where I was talking about that ghost story, the one that got out of bed, and ultimately the one that I labeled doubt, the one I said that the Lord directly told me to make. I ended up sending that to her yesterday, and she watched that. She watched the whole thing. And I don't know. I almost feel like that's what the Lord meant for it to be, for her to understand what I think of her, not just me talking to her, but that I talk to my channel about her. It was almost like the Lord wanted her to hear that. I don't know, it's just my own little interpretation of that. But nevertheless, I was worried that I might have said a little too much about her and maybe made her feel uncomfortable. But she said no. She said absolutely not. She was cool. But even so, if it was on my heart this morning to just make sure that I know and say to you all that it's not my intention to paint out people's business to be anything other than positive. If I got a problem with somebody or something like that, I'd rather talk to them than talk to y'all about it. And really, I don't have any problems with anybody. In fact, all the people in my life have been overly supportive. You know what I mean? Like, really. And I'm super, super grateful for the energy that they've provided. And all of my friends are good. You know what I mean? But at the same time, sometimes you just find yourself being a little too free with people's your depiction of what people are up to. And even though nobody has got on my case about that, I figured it would be a great time for me to check myself and say, I don't want to be like that. I like venting on this phone, and there needs to be a way for me to continue to be proud of myself as I do. And if I step over that line, which I'm sure I probably have, that's not something I am proud of. And so I don't want to give up my voice. You know what I mean? I'm not going to cut my channel off, but I do need to find a way to continue to make it so that people are pleased with me as I speak of them in whatever way that I do. Karen was pleased with me in regards to that video, so that's a good thing. I want to make sure that all my friends and everybody knows that I'm conscious of that. Family members, I'm conscious of that. I'm not trying to put y'all in situations where people are looking at you crazy. I don't have that big of a following right now, so it wouldn't be that thing, but that way. But as I go forward and this channel continues to grow, I got to be more and more cognizant of that. You know what I mean? And for those who have huge followings like Tasha K and Joe Budden, it's even more important that they don't put the people in their lives and the people they do business with in weird positions to have to answer questions about the opinions that are painted on the channel as they speak. So that's something that I took and heeded, and I thought it was meant for me, even though I haven't had any negative feedback. So, sometimes you don't wait for people to tell you you're not doing enough or doing wrong or whatever. Sometimes you got to check yourself and see if you're still following your own standards. And as of late, I don't know that I have. It ain't like I've been doing too much to where I know I messed up, but just when you start walking toward that line, you got to make sure you don't cross over. So yeah, that's something that I want to acknowledge on here and say I'm gonna pray about and hope the Lord can help me continue to be in a good space with that if I have not been in a good space with that, to get right back over that line the right way. So that's what I want to say. Yeah, man, there was some type of stuff going on in my dreams last night, but since the day has progressed, I forgot what the dream was, but I think it had something to do with that, to be honest with you. Something in that ballpark. So yeah, man, that's really what it is, man. I probably want to be asleep right now, but I know if I do that, I'm going to definitely be up a little too early for all that may be ahead for tomorrow. But I'm very thankful that certain things are starting to work themselves out, even if it seems like the enemy's trying to keep it from all the way working out. You can start seeing the light at the end of the tunnel in several different situations that I got going on. So I'm very prayerful, and I'm very happy that is the case. So, excuse me. So that's pretty much where we are, man. Got a little bit of a lightheaded headache right now. I do believe it has something to do with that lactose. I really do. And like I said, I'm officially done with that. I just gotta find something else that my body will eat that tastes good, so that my meal cannot be bland. Because I eat a lot of good stuff there, but it seems like that little milk salad thing just sets it off perfectly, and my body just doesn't deal with it. It's like every other good tasting thing in this world. So we gotta adjust, but I have been enjoying it in the meal aspect of it. So we just deal, man. But yeah, that's what I gotta say. I just wanted to give y'all an update on my day before I call it a night, to kind of get some little venting out and make sure that I'm venting properly about myself and not others. And I want to encourage everybody to do the same if you have a voice. You know what I'm saying? I always tell y'all, if you want to follow what I'm doing, one of the reasons why it works so well for me is because I've been an isolated introvert all this time. I open my mouth to talk about myself, and open my mouth to talk about things I see in this camera, about other people that I do not know, people who are likely public figures a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But when you start getting back into the world where you have to rub elbows with people, you talk more to people, you could put them in some very difficult situations if you paint them out the wrong way, or let your mouth slip and say the wrong thing. So that's just what I want everybody to understand. If you're in a world where you're constantly around others, you can really put people in weird situations by just turning on your phone and talking a certain way. So if you don't mind putting yourself in that situation and letting everybody know about your own business, that's up to you. You take what comes with that. But you don't want to leave private people in a position to be public just because you want to vent. That's not my intention. That's not what I'm about. And I'm praying very hard that the Lord will keep me from becoming that as we go forward. So that's pretty much the end of my thought. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day or evening. My name is BDF 44, and I'm out.